God bless your life. Welcome to a new video. What is faith? Have you asked yourself the question, what is faith? How can you have more faith in God? How you can grow that? Well, let's start reading with the Bible verse and we will soon get into much more detail. Book of Hebrews chapter 11 verse 1. Now faith is assurance of things hoped for and conviction of things not seen. What does that mean? Now faith is assurance of things hoped for. This is the first part. You have to trust in God that He's able to do things. This is the first part of faith. You have to be aware that He's able. He is able to bring salvation to your life. He's able to bring salvation to your family. He's able to provide for you, to put food on your table, to provide you with clothes, to provide you with everything you need, with maybe the job you're looking for, or with health if you maybe are sick, or if you just want to stay healthy. He can provide health for you. He can also provide help in difficult situations. He can provide solutions when you have no idea what you should actually do. He can provide you with strategies. God is able to do absolutely everything. You have to have that assurance. This is part one. Part two is you have to expect those things to come to you. You have to expect, you do not have only to know that God is able, you have to expect that He will provide for you. You have to expect that He will bring salvation to your family. You have to expect that He can heal you from wounds maybe in your soul, or even from diseases. So you have to expect that God, He will do, He can do, and He will do. A conviction of things not seen. You see, this is what I've spoken about. You have to have the conviction, even though you can't see those things, that they will come to you, that God will bring them to you. So if your dream, for example, is to be married, and you're not married yet, you're waiting for somebody God has prepared for you. If you put your faith in God, and if you trust Him, and if you trust Him that He will bring this to you, He will bring that person to you. If you are in a difficult financial situation and you need help out of it, you have to trust God that He will provide the way out of the situation. So you have to have that conviction. God will do that. There have been moments in my life where I had nothing more than just faith, but really nothing more. Like a few years ago, approximately, well, I can say 3 years, more or less, maybe even 4, I was in a situation that was very delicate, and I actually did not know what really to do with my life. I was looking for a job at that time, and well, for me, I was not really sure what I should do, what I should pursue. And well, I always believed in the best of God for my life. Although people around me, they told me things that, well, David, you have to be realistic. You have to settle for less. I think this what you are expecting from God, this can probably not work. So you have to be more realistic. You have to settle a little bit down. But always when I heard those things, I told those people, you know what? I believe that God will provide. I believe that God will do the best. I believe that He has the best for me, and I believe that I don't have to settle for less. And time flew by, and after a certain time, God, He honored my faith. He honored my faith, and those people have seen that, and they walked up to me and they said, David, I want to apologize to you. I've been wrong, and I've seen that God has honored your faith. So I just want to apologize, and that's it. And for me, that was totally okay. I was also very happy to hear that, because I think that this was a testimony for those people, that when you believe in God, when you believe that He will provide, that He will do the best for you, He will do the best. And it's good that people see that, because it only strengthens their faith. And there are also many other people in the Bible at moments in their life where they only had faith and nothing more. They went through horrible situations, through very hard times, but God has honored their faith. God has honored their faith, and things, thankfully, they always went better. And I always like to think of the story of Joseph. Joseph, he went through a lot of stuff. He was sold by his brothers to Egypt as a slave, and he was treated unfairly. He was he suffered a lot. He suffered really much, and he never desisted from God. He never let go from God. He always believed in Him. He always trusted in Him, although he did not understand actually what was going on. And God took that man and He honored him wherever he was, and He turned him into the governor of Egypt, the second highest authority of the most powerful country at that time. So God is able to take somebody who is a slave and turn that person into a king if He wants to, if the person has faith and if the person trusts in God's process. And let me tell you something, you are a prince and a princess of God, and God, He will do great things in your life if you just let go of all this disbelief, of all this uncertainty in your heart. I remember when I was approximately 19 years old, I also was going through a tough moment at that time, and somebody walked up to me, a woman of God walked up to me, and she told me, David, God, he wants me to say to you, you have to believe in Him without any shadow of doubt, without any little bit of doubt. And that sticked in me, and I knew that that word was for me. So I started to really believe that God will do and that God can do. And I just let go of all that, of all those feelings, of all that baggage, and it was a relief for me. So put all your worries, all your anxieties in God's hand. Believe that He can do, believe that He will do, and the result is obvious. He will honor your faith. Jesus said that if we have faith as tiny as a grain of mustard, they're very tiny, by the way. You can put them on your fingertip. If you have that tiny little bit of faith, mountains can move. And what does it mean when Jesus wants to say mountains can move? The impossible can be done. God can do the impossible in your life. What people believe is impossible, God can do. What you maybe think that is impossible, God can do. God can do it. God can move that mountain away, and He can show to you, son, daughter, this is possible if you just trust in me. So I hope that this video was a blessing. If you're new to this channel, please consider subscribing, share this video with your friends, and I see you on the next video.